Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you for another review again. This is actually going to be for Big Time Rush's newest album, and I'm sorry that I didn't do it anytime sooner, which I know it came out June 2nd. I just didn't have time to do it. I was busy with work that day, and there were other things going on, and other reviews I was getting to first. But pretty much, this is for their new album, Another Life, that I'm going to be reviewing for you guys for this 10-track album I got done listening to, which is a runtime of 30 and a half minutes, or almost 31 minutes. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this album and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this album review. Now, it starts with the first song, Can't Get Enough, and I think that's a solid track to open the album. I wouldn't say it's anything mind blowing, but it's something alright. I think Logan, Kendall, James, and Carlos were singing pretty fine in this track. More falsetto stuff, but it still sounds pretty nice, so 4.5 out of 5. Waves is the next song. I think it came out like a month ago before this album came out, but pretty much overall, it's a solid one. The melody's not too bad, and the beat to it is kind of catchy somewhat, but it's just some of the performance of the track did all right in my opinion. So 4.5 out of 5. I just want to parentheses party all the time is another solid one. It's just, I'm gonna be honest with you, this album is pretty mellow for a Big Time Rush, and it's not usually mellow for them. I know they're more into the pop stuff, but they're kind of more mature now and singing about different things. Somewhat, I guess. But still, I just want to party all the time is getting a 4.5 out of 5. That's kind of trying to be a party song, but it doesn't really feel like it's a party song. It feels a little slightly flat, but I still think both Kendall, James, or Kendall, James, Logan, and Carlos were singing pretty alright in this track, so that's what boosted the song to a 4.5 out of 5. Weekends is another solid one. Didn't hate this track for what it went for. Just, it's an alright track, 4.5 out of 5. Some of the singing in it from Kendall, James, Carlos, and Logan were sounding pretty alright with how each one of them were singing it. Work for it was decent, not something I'm going to really come back to too much, but it's something to get through as you continue on with the album. So 4 out of 5. Forget You Now is a decent one too. Some of the melody kind of throws me off in kind of the slightly worse way, but I wouldn't say it's the worst song. It's one of the weaker ones on this album along with Work for It. But for a score, I'd give it a 4 out of 5. Brand New is solid in its own way. I wouldn't say it's the best track. And give me 1 second, guys. Got to pause the video. Sorry about that, guys. This cat of my sister's cat wanted to leave my room real quick. So pretty much, yeah. Brand New is a solid track. I wouldn't say it's the best song, but it's pretty mellow. So 4.5 out of 5. Ask You Tonight has nice acoustic work in it, and just James's vocals sound really good with his falsetto in this track. And the other guys, Logan, Carlos, and Kendall, were singing pretty alright in this track, so 4.5 out of 5. Superstitious is the second to last song on this album, and it's solid. It's not something I would say is great, but it's something, so 4.5 out of 5. Another Life, the closing track, is very mellow for 2.5 minutes, but it's not really much of a track, but it's something. It had nice vocals from Kendall, James, Logan, and Carlos in it, and it did all right for what it went for. So 4.5 out of 5 for the closing track. Overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, I think Another Life by Big Time Rush is an average album. I wouldn't say it's my favorite album of this year, but it they tried. They tried to do something interesting, but there were some mellow points in this album which I have my critiques about with this project that they did, but still, for what they went for, it did all right. There were certain songs I wish would have been on this album, but like Can't Call It Like I See It, and there were some other ones as well that came out last year, but it is what it is, I guess. So for an overall score, I'm giving Big Time Rush's Another Life album a 7.5 out of 10. Average album, that's something I'm going to come back to as the year goes on, but it's something that's not too bad, but could have used a little more work to. I think most of the melodies on this album is what turned me off with this album, with the performance, but still, their vocals sounded really good in this album. All the members from Big Time Rush did pretty good with their vocal potential. So 7.5 out of 10 for Big Time Rush, Another Life. Thank you guys for watching.